Good afternoon, happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy blessed Wednesday. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I'm your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Come on in, y'all. I want to go straight in on this New York police officer who sucker punched this little girl, you all. I said it. The police officer pretty much sucker punched this little girl, you all, after driving her back like some kind of football player, like they were doing two-a-days, like he was a Chicago Bear or something. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news report, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. It tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. Here we have a case out of New York, you all, where this little girl had just come to possibly visit a friend or pick up a friend or something of that nature, you all. But mind you, the girl wasn't on the scene for possibly 30 seconds, you all, because the footage was able to capture the girl as she approached the suspect who the police officers was allegedly looking for. Like I said, this particular girl hadn't done any crime. Not only had she done anything wrong, but she was basically confused, you all. Now, I do have pictures of this girl basically standing to the side, and if you pretty much can take an observation or a small look at this picture here, which I do have it on the thumbnail, you all, these officers are looking away. They looking in a totally different direction from this little girl. Like I said, I do have the news clip, and also I have an article that I would like to read to you all from the New York Post, you all. And like I said, I do understand the seriousness of a situation of this magnitude, you all. But mind you, this little girl was all of 97 pounds soaking wet. I said it, the little girl was only about 95 to 115 pounds, you all. Like I said, a small frame. Once the girl was laying on the ground, you can actually see her frame, you know, as far as, I mean, in this nature and manner, as she was a small framed body girl. You know, she don't have much weight on her at all, you all. And mind you, the officer that sucker punched this little girl was actually close to 300 pounds, if not 300 pounds, you all. I mean, quite clearly, he outweighed this girl by 3 people. I said it, by at least 3 people, you all. Now, like I said, I do understand the magnitude of interfering with police work and things of that nature, you all. But as you can see on these particular videos, and if you do happen to go online, you are able to see as well. I was able to add the news clip and also the video and also place it in the description, you all. And like I said, man, this was a very sad thing to see. And from my observation, what I honestly see, you can see this little girl being driven back into the video frame, you all. It was somebody that was already prior taking the picture of actually everything that was going on. And as you can see, this girl was retreating. She was headed backwards as though she was being pushed with a force, you all. I said it like the little girl was being pushed with force or driven, you all. I don't know if you all are really familiar with football, but it's one of them a football drill that the linemen do, where they particularly drive these individuals, or may it be the opposing team, where they pretty much drive him off the line of the ball, you all. And this is the situation that has happened to this little girl, because like I say, you can see her backing into the video frame. Now, as the little girl is back into the video frame, it's obvious that she is pushed with force, and she's reaching out to this officer, as in, man, I'm a girl. You will get your hands off of me, type of thing. You all. She did not swing at this officer to assault him. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. She even pushed him on the right shoulder with an open hand, you all. Excuse me. She pushed the officer on the right side, which would be his right shoulder, and just enough to push him, just to get her pretty much up off of him, you all. And like I said, the girl is a small girl, so she had been pushed back more than 5 feet. So with this particular force, like I say, it was just a natural reaction that the girl reached out and pretty much pushed the officer, as though, you know, man, I'm a girl. Do you realize what you're actually doing? You know, get off of me, you know, type of nature, you all. And like I said, it was, and this particular officer swung on this girl as if, how dare you? I said it as if, how dare you push me or put your hands on me, and pretty much sucker punched the girl. I said it, pretty much sucker punched her, because she wasn't expecting nothing like that. I mean, you hit this girl like a man. You know, you hit this girl like a Mack truck. You almost knocked the spirit out the girl, man. I have one picture that I pretty much could have showed you all, but you know how you take some of these pictures and they may be distorted of some sort. You know, you may be the spirit, see the spirit on the few of these pictures dwelling in some people, dwelling in some particular people. But like I said, in this case, I did catch the little girl going down and had a few other shots where this man had hit this girl so hard. Like I said, man, it's sad to see, you know. I mean, this could have been anybody's child, anybody's daughter, and you know, this was not the right action, you all. The man could have simply grabbed her by both sides of her arms, pretty much said, girl, do you realize what's going on, or you need to get back? I mean, there's so many other things that he could have done, man, you know. Even screamed, even said something, you know, to where she could snap to reality and quite understand actually what's going on. Because from a standpoint where she wasn't with the particular individual that they was looking for, so she is confused. I mean, she don't know if they bothering somebody for no reason. I mean, this type of thing happens all the time. The police come up and pretty much harass people. So, I mean, quite natural. And it's only a natural instinct. It's only a natural thing to do, to say, hey, man, what y'all doing? He didn't do nothing. You know, this is the mind frame that I would particularly have, or anybody that I know would particularly have, if the police officers ran up on somebody that I was having a conversation with. I mean, I just got here. I didn't see them do nothing, you know. So, like I said, in her particular mind frame, they had not done anything. And I'm pretty sure that this girl was no accomplice to any of his crimes. I said it. She was no accomplice to now one crime that this man did. This little girl was on the scene with this particular individual. I mean, she is not this type of person, you all. And even Ray Charles could have seen that, you all. Like I said, it's very sad for a man of his size and stature, people that are paid to protect and serve. I said they are paid to protect and serve. You know, this is not no action that this officer did. He did not protect this girl at all, you all. Those other officers had everything under control, you know. I did see in the news clipping where they took a few other people to jail also, but that was only to protect themselves, you all, because quite clearly, after this man knocked this girl out, his first reaction was to hide the camera. He tried to, instead of assisting the girl that he just knocked out or trying to help her up, it was another officer that was picking her up and proceeding to handcuff her because he was protecting his partner, you all. I said it. The man was absolutely protecting his partner. He didn't really, and he turned his head for a split second and the little girl was on the ground, you know. And like I said, I'm pretty sure he was shot. So, you know, once these type of officers assault people, once they take these kind of actions, you all, then the best thing for them to do to protect themselves is to trump up some more charges on some people, to write up something else, as though they are actually justifying their actions, you all. But this is not something that they had to do. You know, he didn't have to knock this girl out like that. You know, he didn't have to hit her like he was actually hitting a man, you all. Like he was hitting a bank robber or something, you all. Like I said, this is sad to see a girl, of any girl, get hit like this with this kind of force, especially from someone who is paid to protect her, you all. And like I said, I did read my copyright disclaimer, so I'm gonna go ahead on and read you all the news article and also share the clip with you all. It said, video shows a New York cop punching a woman in the face to the ground, you all. It said a New York cop was caught on camera slugging a woman into the face, sending her flying backwards to the pavement. It said after police said they attempted to interfere with the arrest of an attempted murder suspect, you all. And like I said, it was nothing of that magnitude. It was no way she was trying to interfere with nothing. More so trying to see what was actually going on than actually trying to interfere. Hey man, that's my friend. Hey man, this man ain't do nothing. And trying to see, I mean, this is, like I said, this is a natural reaction. You all trying to make the little girl seem as though she's some criminal, as though she was committing a horrendous act, as though she was trying to actually help this man get away, as though she was his bunny or something, you know, like they was a duo. But this was not the case, you all. This was absolutely not the case. This girl had just walked up on the scene. It said the shocking footage shows the scuffle break out on the sidewalk of West 136th Street near Adams Clayton Powell Boulevard on the Harlem late Tuesday afternoon, as the cops on the 32nd precinct moved to Akala Elvin James, 22, you all. It said Tammany Crum, 19 years old, in a green skirt and chop top can be seen on the footage approaching the faces and briefly talking to James before getting into it with an officer, y'all. So like I said, and I was explaining, you all, the little girl had just walked up on the scene, you all. She was briefly there, and like I said, it's just, man, to actually see I don't know how many people just actually see the officers actually run up on you, or you have even possibly been in this type of situation with one of your friends, but it's a scary thing, you all, and especially after so many innocent people have been hurt and harmed by these trigger-happy police officers, you all. Like I said, it's strange. And it said, and bystander can be heard screaming, "Why would you do that?" I mean, why would you do that? As she lies on the ground holding her face, you all. I mean, it said, officers then put Crum in handcuffs to escort her away. The NYPD said in a statement, while police were effectively arresting multiple individuals on the scene, interfering by physically assaulting numerous officers, you all, of officers sustained with minor injuries to the head. But like I said, This was after this officer had to knock this little girl out, and praise God, it wasn't a bunch of more people around there who could have actually saw that, because things could have had really gotten worse, you all. That's a crime in itself. It was also, he excited a riot, you all. I said it, the officer, not only did he assault this little girl, but he excited a riot, you all. And it could have been a very bad riot, you all, because it was a quick judgment decision that he made on the spur of the moment, you all. He did not think this out. And he was over aggressive with this girl. Like I say, we do have these pictures, you all, that this little girl, this man is nowhere close to this girl. You have 4 or 5 officers with their back facing, looking in a whole different direction, and this girl was trying to get around and see. So this man came out from somewhere, which he happened to come from the other side of the pile, to grab this little girl and bulldoze her like he was some kind of bull or Mack truck or something. I was under the impression that he had just saw somebody that he thought was cute and just wanted to get a feel or something, because some of them officers run up on them girls, be pushing them all hard, trying to pat them down and feel on them all at the same time. These are some of the actions that some of these officers are actually known for. I said it, some of the officers are actually known for this kind of action. So, like I said, I don't know why he jumped over 4, 5, 6 officers, because maybe he saw her first. That's quite obvious, you all, because again, if you look at these pictures carefully, you can see these officers facing a whole different direction, and this little girl is sitting off to the left. If you all enlarge the thumbnail, you can actually see this, you all. Back to the article, it said police charge come with assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and obstruction of governmental administration. They said, but Wednesday night at the Manhattan Criminal Court, she was only arraigned on the latter charges of a misdemeanor and set free without bail, you all. So she is home, so forth and so on, and quite naturally, they would drop these charges, you all, because she had done nothing of such a magnitude, you all, not to require a straight slap punch in the face. I said not to require a demand for a child to get punched in the face, you all. I said it. Like I said, they want to hype the news and make it seem like, oh, she's 19, she grown. She's not even old enough to drink. This is a girl, you all. I said it. This is a girl that this man punched. Like I said, they do everything they can do to cover their trails, you all. But like I said, this was absolutely wrong, and he overreacted. And he definitely overreacted, you all. Like I said, there's so many things to justify his actions, and people, some are trying to do that, you all. But how soft do you got to be as a police officer you can't take a push, a shove in her arm? Because again, she did not ball her fist up. I'm pretty sure that she had ill malice intentions, she could have hit the man exactly what she wanted to hit him, but she proceeded to clearly push this man away from her as though, man, I am a girl. Get your hands off of me. And rightfully so, you all. Like I said, this could have happened to anybody, because for every action is a reaction, but this was not the reaction of a professional police officer. I said it. This was definitely not the action of a professional police officer. It say Faith Harrell, 27, was also charged with assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and obstruction of governmental administration. A 26-year-old woman was given a criminal court summons for allegedly spitting on an officer, you all. Like I said, man, it was just somebody spitted on one of these officers, but like I said, it was pretty much after he had to knock the little girl out, man. I'm pretty sure this little girl needs some medical attention still today, you all, because she absolutely has to have a concussion. I said it. The little girl has to have a concussion. The man pretty much done broke her nose and almost smashed her face in as she proceeded to hit her head on the concrete, you all. It said James has been sought in connection to an attempted murder earlier this month. During an arrest Tuesday, he was allegedly found to be in possession of a firearm and controlled substance, the New York police said. But then, what does this have to do with this little girl, you all? Police charged him in an attempted murder as a hate crime and in the second degree of criminal possession of a weapon and reckless engagement and a criminal possession of a firearm and allegedly shooting a group of people on West 163rd Street near Adams Clay Powell Jr. Boulevard at around 10 p.m. August 12th. It was not immediately clear why the attempted murder was charged or classified as a hate crime. The cops are seen delivering the punches in the video has not been disciplined as of Wednesday afternoon. So the officers still nothing that happened to him. You know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to ride with him. But from what I understand, this same particular officer, he has at least six. What do you call this? Not no affidavits, you all, but he has 6 complaints, 6 written complaints on him, you all. So I'm pretty sure he will be under investigation from internal affairs as well. It said the footage drew outrage from social media, was quickly condemned by activists. It said the New York City Chapel of Reverend Al Sharpton, a National Action Network, condemned the video, saying the cop brazenly punched an unarmed woman to the ground, you all. And like I said, she was unarmed. I mean, she was absolutely no threat at all, you all. I said absolutely no threat. I mean, I have a 12-year-old son pretty much getting ready for sleep. He should be in bed ready for school tomorrow. But however, he could have actually handled this little girl, you all. I said it. He couldn't actually done a better job at apprehending this girl, you all, because he did not have to knock this girl out. Pretty much sucker punched her like she was a Brooklyn hood rat. I said it like she was a Brooklyn hood rat, but this was absolutely not the case, you all. It said that the Detective Endorsement Association said in a statement it is considering a civil suit on behalf of the cop against Crump, you all. It said when an assault a New York City detective in order to interfere with an arrested man armed with a gun, there are repercussions, the group said, you all. So like I said, I guess it's some kind of bluff tactic, like they gonna press charges on her too as well, you all. But like I said, in this particular case, there was no evidence to support that. I said it is no evidence supported on now video. I don't care if it take a week, if they need a super specialist to look at it, or whatever it may be, you all. It was nothing on what we seen that the public can see to validate these kind of claims, you all. This little girl did not get belligerent until after she got drove back like a football player. Man, the dude looked like I don't know who he looked like, but one of them linebackers that couldn't even not a line. He looked like Big Nate Newt running up on that girl. I said it, Big Nate Newt. Yep, man, that was out of line, y'all. Wrong and out of pocket. Like I said, very unprofessional for police that is paid to protect and serve, you all. I said it, the man is paid to protect and serve, and he out here knocking out little girls, knocking them out. Y'all, like I said, it's a very sad thing. Let me go ahead on
story tonight after video of an arrest in Harlem went viral.
It's had almost 30,000 views, and now residents are calling for an investigation into the NYPD. CBS 2's Dave.
I mean, by now, investigate
details. Dave.
An officer whose actions are being investigated and a woman awaiting arraignment behind me, stemming from an incident with a video that people are talking about. This is the video posted to social media that shows a chaotic
man.
You see get even more chaotic after this woman enters the frame. Identified as 19-year-old Tamani Crumb. She confronts an officer as he arrested a man.
Now you can see her being driven back, pushed. Man, get off, I'm a girl.
And he responds with what looks like a wallop of a punch, causing her to
clearly you can see this.
You see her get picked up off the ground and taken into custody. Here is Crumb's grandmother.
He cold knocked her out. He's no better than the people who's knocking people out in the street.
Crumb's mother, who asked we not use her name and who did not make any public comments, sobbed as she stood next to the family's lawyer, Jamie Santana.
I'm here with the mother of Miss Crumb. She's obviously very shaken and devastated by the assault that took place yesterday on her daughter. The officer involved in this case was approximately 3 times her body weight and size. This was unnecessary, and it's unacceptable. This has to stop.
The incident was on West 136th Street Tuesday around 5 p.m.
And like, man, you know how you can rest, man. You know, like I said, it would be, I don't know why they don't let some of these officers talk, because maybe he might have made a mistake, you all. Like I said, man, he slid this girl, man. I seen some dudes get hit like that in the club. Yep, I said it. But pretty much, y'all, this was sad, man. Sad to see. Like I said, she ain't nothing but a baby girl. You know, she not even drinking age yet, you all. And she was definitely small, you know. He could have grabbed her by both arms, you all. I mean, these officers, they are trained to be able to grab somebody on, twist it and all that, bend it backwards, and pretty much get the handcuffs on you all. Like I said, it's a few ways, man. He could have actually handled it, you know. And even the taser, I'm pretty sure he had one of them, but you know, it didn't even require that, you all. I said it didn't even require for the girl to get tased. I mean, he had already drove her back like a football player, like he was in the playoffs. I said it like he was in the playoffs, and it was just very unnecessary. It was no other officer that grabbed her. You know, like I said, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 officers on the scene, and nobody see her but this particular man. You know, and it was not no action like she was trying to free one of these criminals or something, or free YSL or something, somebody like that. It was not no situation of this type of magnitude, you all. Like I said, I didn't want to tear too long on it, but that was my honest opinion, you all. Like I said, it was a sad thing to see, and prayerfully, we don't see no more things like this on the streets, you all. God first, Christ gang. Peace. We got it. God bless you. Thank you.